All right, so I just received a email from Hormozi, and I would like to record this video to basically talk about the lesson that I've gained from this. So this is the email right here. He sent it 15 hours ago. I'm sure you guys saw it too. Now, here's my notes on this email. He's basically talking exactly about what we're going through right now, which is adding a pre-call VSL to the post-booking process, right? So after the prospect books a call, essentially the best way, what he's describing in this email is the best way to improve the sales process is to take all of the different questions, everything that the customer is asking on the calls and what they need to know to be able to make a buying decision, essentially put that in the video and give them, make them watch it. That was another thing. Make them watch the video before talking to you or the sales reps. So it's like non-negotiable, right? Make them watch it. Now, here's the thing. Here's the biggest lesson that I gained from this. It's this line right here. He says, this allows you to have a perfect presentation that perfectly pitches and positions your product or company compared to your competitors. Now, I think that's the most profound thing in this entire lesson is looking at it through that lens, right? It's not the fact that we get to increase show rates or we get to, educate our prospects better. No, it's the fact that you can essentially leverage the entire sales call into the perfect presentation, right? And create the perfect pitch. So obviously there's quality and quantity, right? On the volume side, on quantity side, it's like we just want to push out V1 as fast as possible so that we don't overthink, right? Because not doing that creates procrastination. So the fact that we pushed out V1, great, like that's good. However, on the quality side of the spectrum, that is really what I'm recording this video for. It's the fact that we're also aiming for the perfect presentation. And it's more so that we should really have gratitude for the fact that, you know, sometimes we have to, sales reps who make 10, 15, 20K a month, right? They have to go through tons and tons and tons of sales presentations and sales calls and scripts to be able to get to that point. Now, the cool thing about a pre-call VSL is basically you can practice it a bunch of times and get it right. And basically, you only have to get it right once. That's the nice thing. It's similar to the lesson I learned from Grant Cardone, where he basically said, like, when he got 10 views on his video, he was really, really excited. And he was just like, oh man, I just can't wait to the next one. And it's all about perspective, right? Because his perspective was pure gratitude, which was he basically came from cold calling people all day, right? And he was like, well, 10 views basically saved me the time of calling 10 people. And I just love this approach and the perspective that Hormozi is talking about here, which is like, it's just perceiving this whole thing differently, which is like, okay, well, this could just save us a ton of time. It could literally like remove so much hard work and heavy lifting during sales calls. It's like, it's pure leverage. Let's say it's not something we record once. So the mindset is, let's go for a perfect presentation, right? Let's create the perfect pitch. Now, is that going to happen the first time? No. Should we push out V1? Yes. Right? Should we continue to iterate until we can get V10 or V20? Yes, because that's where the perfect pitch lies, right? It's not going to be in V1 or in V5, but on V20 or V30, that's where we really start to see a massive difference compared to version 1, right? And think about what a difference that makes in the sales process. Think about what a difference that makes in closing rates, because every prospect is now coming in already having seen the perfect pitch, right? And basically, like, that can take so much heavy lifting, number one, off of the sales rep. But number two, it actually, and this is the whole point in the video, that's the whole point in the email, where it starts by saying, sell more with fewer salespeople. Basically, what that means is, increase your closing rates, because to get the same amount of volume, you don't need as many sales reps, right? So basically, this process can allow the closer to be dramatically more effective because they don't have to have the perfect pitch every time. That can be leveraged in the video, which is just super cool. So I just love this perspective. I hope this is valuable for you guys. And yeah, let's go ahead and have a mindset to get the perfect pitch. And again, it's probably going to come from version 20 of the video. So let's just keep pushing them out, improve one or two things, improve one thing each time, right? Get the transcript, pop it into ChatGPT, find out what we could have done better, or use that, V1, V2, V3, get more feedback from the customers on future sales calls. I would say we should record one new version once a week, because then we can take all of the sales calls that were attended for that week and we can hear all of the objections, all of the questions that they're still wondering, and then add those to the next one, add those to the next version of the VSL, until you will just start to notice that people are just asking less obvious or less repeated questions, right? And especially the hard questions that are difficult to answer on the call. That's the most important one, because those are the ones that have the highest chance of making a mistake, right? Um, so especially if it took like years to get the founder to be able to answer those questions, and the sales rep hasn't been on board for years, so there's going to be a discrepancy there, right? That's really where this video has the biggest benefit and the highest leverage. So yeah, I would say a weekly process, iterated every single time, every week, every 7 days. I think that is a very fruitful thing that we can implement. And yeah, let's aim for the perfect pitch, and I think it will bear fruits for sure.